Would you like an STR investment that cash flows? Check this one out. This is in Ponderosa Basin. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's on about an acre with views. It's A-frame styling, which works really well in the mountains, and it's only $350,000. Let me walk you through the numbers and show you how this could be your next great investment near Yosemite National Park. Now it's time to take a look at the house and take a look at the numbers. So we've already established that this is a good home at a good price. You can see the sellers have actually dropped the price almost $50,000. So now we're at $349,000, and when we get into the numbers, I think you'll see the opportunity. But let's go ahead and page through the photos here. So again, I said this is an A-frame style house. It's 2-story. The county actually has it listed as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but there are 3 bedrooms plus a bonus room. So we'll get into that in a bit. So you can see the A-frame styling here from the outside. Sits on about an acre with some nice views. House has been partially renovated, so we've got some remodeling that's been done. All the floors have been replaced. This is a little virtual staging so you can get a sense for what it might look like with furniture. The kitchen has been redone. You can see the cabinets, counters, everything looks like it's in great condition. And then this is the upstairs. So this room is not actually counted as one of the bedrooms. This is essentially a living area. Again, you've got that nice dramatic A-frame, and I would recommend thinking about a tongue and groove pine ceiling, which will enhance and reinforce the cabin feel. Again, this is as if it were set up as an office or a living room. That's the upstairs space. There's a stairway to the upstairs. Here's one of the remodeled bathrooms. Bedroom here, another bedroom here. And then go upstairs and you've got this back bedroom, which also can be set up obviously for sleeping. And then you can see the closet with the mirrored doors there. And this is the upstairs bathroom, which has also been remodeled. The sellers spent about $45,000 with the remodeling. There's a few things that still need to be done. Primarily, it needs a mini split system. And then with Mariposa County, we've got some permitting issues for the vacation rental permit. This is the bonus space. And again, this is one of the issues. This was a converted single car garage. The previous owner used it as his art studio, but it's, again, nicely set up. You could either use it as a game room or a sleeping arrangement. So Mariposa County limits you to 3 bedrooms, 10 guests maximum. We'd have to have the septic system checked out and verify that it can handle 10 guests. But if it can, then you can use the 3 existing bedrooms in the house plus this bonus space and host up to 10 guests. I think it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, great location. Ponderosa Basin does really well in terms of Airbnb revenue. You'll see some of the comps when we get into the numbers. But yeah, I think this is a very solid option, and it's really hard to find a viable short-term rental for under $400,000, much less $350,000. So really want you to take a look at this one. So let me now move over to the AirDNA analysis. So what I did here is start with a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, which is again what the county thinks this is, 6 guests. And in that configuration, it's projected to do over $65,000 in revenue. And with a $350,000 purchase price, even after some improvements and the furnishings, decorations, etc., this is a very strong contender in terms of ROI. And you can see we've got a collection of nearby comps. Let me go ahead and bump this up to 3 bedrooms. And let's just say we figure out a way to squeeze 10 guests in there. So in that case, it doesn't really move the needle much, right? So what it does is it introduces these additional comps and they are all doing fairly well, but as an average revenue, it's not really moving the needle much. So that might not be the best opportunity, and you might not even have to go to the county and say, hey, it's really a 3-bedroom. You could actually run this as a 2-bedroom listing. But let me show you one other option. One consideration would be to provide an outdoor stairway and to essentially divide the unit as an option, again, primarily for off-season, into, let's say it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath unit with only 2 guests upstairs, okay? We build a staircase, provide an external door that could go into that back room. That could be the bedroom, or that could be converted into the living space, and then the bedroom on the other side. So you've got some options, but that's a very roomy, nice space. And if we update that, it shows $55,000 just for the upstairs. And then if the downstairs was then rentable as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for 4 guests, we're back to the $65,000. So I guess the strategy for this property in terms of generating the best yield would be, in fact, to build that external staircase, provide a way to lock off the downstairs from the upstairs, and then you could rent it either as a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom. Some options to take a look at. We're going to transition now to the property tour, so I'll walk through the property, point out a few things. You can get a sense for the layout. And I think at this price point, this is a very good opportunity, and I would encourage you to reach out. I can show it to you personally. We can dive deeper into the numbers, but I think you should seriously consider 5552 Harris Cutoff Road as your next Yosemite area STR investment. We are at 5552 Harris Cutoff Road here in Ponderosa Basin, and we're going to actually take a look at a new listing. You can see we've got a nice little setting here, a good sized lot, nice views, and really remarkable A-frame styling. So we're going to go ahead and take a look in the house, and then also a little addition, which we're still sorting out, but I think you're going to find that this house has got a tremendous amount of charm. It's been remodeled pretty extensively. Step into the living area. We've got a freestanding wood stove and wood beam ceilings. That's the stairs to the upper level. We've got new counters, backsplash, cabinets. So really, except for that fridge, really nice kitchen. And got this little screened in porch that leads to the backyard. But let's go ahead and take a look at first. We've got the bathroom, full bath here with tub, again, fully remodeled, toilet, tub, tile, flooring, vanity. Bedroom number 1. On the smallish side, bedroom number 2. Again, decent size, but not huge. So we've got the 2 bedrooms and full bath downstairs. Now we're gonna head upstairs. First thing to note, these steps are not to code. So that will be an issue in terms of getting a vacation rental permit. But we've actually gotten a quote to widen these steps to 36 inches that's required, create a landing. So we've got our 3-foot landing. Gonna have to shift this doorway over and move that water heater to the other side, but that's all doable, and we'll just call that approximately $10,000 to do that. So with that, we should be good to go with Mariposa County for a vacation rental permit. This back bedroom, a nice size and A-frame styling. And similarly, another room over here which is open, so this is really considered more of a second living area. But again, very open. Now what we do have to look at too for code is 50% of the square footage has to be 7-foot ceiling. That may mean that those deep recesses need to be closed off a bit, but that's again something to be considered. And then we've got this bathroom also remodeled. So what you've got in total is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with 2 living areas, A-frame styling, good views, and tastefully remodeled with floors, both bathrooms, and the kitchen. So we're just going to step around here. So this was added on at some point, and still sorting out the status of this, but this is a nice bonus room that could be used for a game room. And then we've got the washer and dryer hookups there. Yeah, I think a good option. We haven't priced it yet, but think in terms of right around 400,000 plus or minus. And you've got a nice A-frame cabin in Ponderosa Basin.